Welcome back, people. WCW is live in front of 3,000 people tonight, which is amazing. We're recording? Yes, we are. In a exhibition match, the Mamalukes defeat Filthy Animals and Gingerak and Staksky in 7:48, where the order of match was Gingerak and Staksky first, then the Filthy Animals, Rome Seal Jr. 76, Billy Kidman 70, Sean Stasiak 46, Mark Gingerak 48, Johnny the Ball 33, Big Vito 31. Mark Gingerak in performance, Johnny the Ball in technical, and Sean Stasiak in performance. 61C. Not a bad match. In a visual ad, Subpar Wrestling, a little heat. Shane House, Jamie Noble, Incognito, Chris Sabin and Chris Hero defeat Austin Aries, Doug Williams, Drago, Finn Balor, and Paul London in 06 when Shane House defeated Paul London by pinfall the Vertebreaker. Welcome to your third episode of WCW Lives on a Wednesday. I've decided that this series is so easy to do alongside the other series, but this series is going to have 2 episodes a week because I love booking this series. Because of what this is one of my favourite series I'm doing at the moment, alongside Ring of Honor 1970. I love all my series, and this is why I want to keep this one and give this one an extra day, because this one I think I've got a lot of give for. Whereas with the other series, I run out of ideas after a month. I need to take a break before I come back with fresh ideas. This one, I have so many ideas to lead up into the next pay-per-view that I can do 2 episodes in a week. And this show will definitely show you how crazy I am with ideas, because the opening angle is ridiculous. Chris Hero 41, Saban 47, Incognito 41, Jamie Noble 52, Shane Helms 56, Paul London 45, Finn Balor 49, Drago 49, Doug Williams 32, Austin Aries 43, Paul London and Technical, and Jamie Noble in performance 52D+. Nice little cruiserweight match. In a pre-stream short pre-show match, Buff Bagwell, Fit Finley, Johnny Swinger and Conan defeat Eddie Guerrero, Dustin Rhodes, CM Punk and Booker T in 5:17 with Fit Finley defeat Eddie Guerrero by pinfall with the Tombstone Pile Driver. Booker T 74, CM Punk 46, Dustin 65, Eddie 82, Conan 69, Johnny Swinger 34, Fit Finley 64, and Buff Bagwell 65. Booker T and Rumble and Johnny Swinger and Technical 70+. There is a reason why Eddie is on the pre-show tonight. There is a reason behind it. It was going to be on the main card, but then because of the open angle, he's got to be on the pre-show. In a pre-show about Turbo Wrestling on this, some Crowdy, Frankie Kazarian, TJP, and Roger Strong defeat Sydal, Zebra Kid, and Excalibur in 8:30 when Frankie Kazarian defeat Excalibur by people of the Wave of Future. Excalibur 31, Zebra Kid 29, Matt Sydal 48, Roger Strong 33, TJP 26, Frankie Kazarian 45, Noah Prince 41D, not bad. In a decent pre-show match, Conan, Shane O'Hare, and Drewson Liger defeat Lance Storm, Mike Sanders, and Samoa Joe. In 7:41, Conan defeated Samoa Joe back on the Cradle DDT. Liger 71, Shane O'Hare 60, Conan 63, Joe 44, Mike Sanders 48, Lance Storm 72, Shane O'Hare in performance 67C+. In a battle had decent wrestling, but little heat. Kazuhashi defeated Randy Orton in 5:05, 5:04 by putting the senton back splash. Kazuhashi 61, Randy Orton 48, no improvements 6:59C. In a pre-show at Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Rick Steiner defeated Colt Cabana in 6:21 by pinfall the Steiner line. Colt Cabana 30, Steiner 60, no improvements. He's working with NWA Wildside. Once he goes, I need to come back, I'll let him come back 52D+. We open up the night with, I think, my most hilarious / best angle I have done in this series so far. The NWO stuff is pretty good, but I'm really impressed with this storytelling, which has come off me fucking up thinking he's been a former United States champion in WCW, which he hasn't. It's now led to this story, and it's brilliant. I'm really happy with how that's transferred from a mistake to something that's helped tell this story even better. You can always turn your mistakes into something decent if you know how to work them. For God's sakes, I got my girlfriend from a mistake. Yeah, don't let my fiance watch this episode. So right here on Raw is me. And I'm going to defeat Eddie. Last week on Raw, I got beaten by one of the best right here in the WWF, Chris Benoit. And I don't care about that because I got Eddie in 2 weeks, live on pay-per-view, for his Intercontinental title. So Brilliant Regal stood in the ring thinking he's on Monday Night Raw. He's not. He's on WCW Nitro, as you can see. Eddie comes out and he goes, hold up, William, this is not Raw, this is Nitro. This is not WWF, this is WCW. And this is the United States title. Look, mate, Vince has screwed you up, and I think you need to help. Look around this company. Look around, this company's here for you. The fans might boo you, but we hate to see one of our own like this. We see a weird smile come on the face of William. He then brutally attacks Eddie. Scooter come out and grab him, but like loads of Scooter come out and grab him, but it's like he's got loads of strength from nowhere, and he just throws them on the ground. He then just picks Eddie up over his head and throws him over the top rope, across the little gap like there would be on Raw, through the announce desk at ringside. I am the force of you, Vince. This is what you wanted. I hope you're happy, Vince. And he just walks away like nothing's happened as ref and medics check over Eddie. So yeah, basically, William Regal somewhere from nowhere has got all this strength, and he just basically picks Eddie up and just throws him through the announce table over the top rope. 62C, I don't know how well this would happen in real life, but I love the idea. When I sat here and came up with this idea of him thinking this is Raw, he's got Eddie's the Intercontinental Champion, and he got defeated, WWF. I thought that was brilliant shots at the enemy, but at the same time, I kind of want to make I'm trying to make Vince look like a bad guy, turning William Regal to this evil man, but at the same time, we're at war with WWF, so I'm going to take as many shots at them as I can. They're probably taking shots at us, but we can't tell. In a decent match, Abyss defeated Raven in a Falls Count Anywhere match in 740 by pinfall. James Mitchell interfered. Raven 75, Abyss 48. No work around 64C. I've got an even better angle with Abyss tonight as well. I'm really happy with that one, how that came out. In fact, I'm happy with how every single match and angle comes out tonight, so yes. In above a decent wrestling but little heat, Trevor Guerrero Jr., Cash, Daniels, Omega. Welcome to the company, Omega. Elite Skipper, Skipper defeated Eric Young, Daniel Bryan, Brian Kendrick, Amazing Red, and AJ Styles in 77. When Trevor Guerrero Jr. defeated Daniel Bryan by pinfall by using underhand tactics. Kenny Omega's weakening, I don't give a shit. Kenny Omega was really off his game. He's got his loan above average, probably because it's his first night. He's probably a bit nervous. And the fact he's live straight on Live Nitro has probably even not helped him. AJ Styles 59, Red 43, Kendrick 54, Daniel Bryan 50, Eric Young 49, Elix Skipper 51, Mega 24, Daniels 57, Cash 51, Trevor Guerrero Jr. 60. Trevor Guerrero Jr. in performance, Brian Kendrick in Rumble in performance, Elix Skipper in performance, Amazing Red in performance. I can't complain with this match. But yeah, I wanted to put him on TV. I wanted to give him this chance to shine in his first match and be on the winning team. So we see the rest of the cruiserweights have kind of rolled out the ring and they're going up to the ramp. You can't really tell, but that's what's happening. But AJ's still left down and out. He's meant to pin AJ, so that's what happened. End of argument. Even if the result says he pinned someone else, he was pinned AJ. And Trevor's really pissed off at this point. He goes, look, I just won that match, and I still got to go into that ladder match. This is bullshit. You see, Vince is better with Eric because there was none of this bullshit. Now, WCW want to hit new markets and take Nitro to the UK next week. This is crap. I hate it all, Sting. I want answers. I'm coming to your office. And he just then lays some more kicks into the laid out AJ as he leaves the ring. 3AD minus from Travo. I think that's another good angle. In a decent match, Hugh Morris defeated Jeff Jarrett in 746 by a pin with a powerbomb. Jeff Jarrett 68, Hugh Morris 61. No work prompts. Lex Luger is gone, by the way, guys. Anyone interested? Lex is gone. I've released him finally. So Sting's backstage and he's, they're in a locker room. They're all together and he's like, tonight, the one night where I need everything to go smooth is going down the bloody drain. Look, you guys, are you guys ready? They all nod. Good. I'm going to talk to Trevor and see if I can find William. We need him for next week, but I'm not sure if he's okay. Right, I'll meet you at Gorilla before the match. So a bit of breaking the fourth wall there, telling him he's going to meet him at Gorilla, but I wanted that kind of breaking the fourth wall here, because Sting's like trying to run this show. He's now got Trevor on his back, and he's now just lost William, who's gone crazy. William is in a match later on tonight, so he does come back. Then Chris Jericho's getting interviewed by Gene Okerlund. Let's get to 71C+. You want to know something? I come back to help a friend, Sting. But all he's done has pushed me aside for stars like Eddie and Benoit. So last week I made a choice, and that was the NWO. This means now I get noticed. Now I get the main event spot. Benoit, tonight you're going down. I'm going to come out the winner. Look around. WCW is not run by Sting. It's run by the NWO. And he pushes Gene before going to leave, then jumps in Benoit. This is an all-out brawl, but security are on and drag them apart, basically. So yeah, security just split them up before tonight's main event. What the thing was, I made the decision, quite literally, I wanted Jericho heel last week. I didn't really like face Jericho. I tried to work with it. I wanted him in the NWO. And what I realised is, at the end of last week, Jericho turns heel. You lot, and probably, anybody watching at home in real life, would be really confused. Why is Jericho suddenly turned? and join the NWO. I think some of you would have probably come up with your own answers in yesterday's episode of why you're waiting for this one to come out. But I think this wraps it up in a nice little bow and kind of gives it that kind of like, I've come here to help Sting. I was promised all this stuff, or I was promised certain stuff. Sting hasn't provided. The NWO is going to give that to me. You know, he hasn't had the main event spots. He thinks he deserves all this lot of rubbish. So he's joined the NWO. And actually, his turn worked better than I thought it would. So 71C plus, not bad. And then in a decent match, Chuck Plumbo defeated Shane Douglas in 6:27 by pinfall. Shane Douglas 54, Chuck Plumbo 43. No opponents. These two make fun walkabout. Well, I'll ignore that. In about a decent wrestling below heat, the Briscoe brothers defeated 3 count 8-18 when Jay Briscoe defeated Shannon Moore by pinfall of Briscoe bottom. Shannon Moore 54, Evan Kagaras 53, Mark Briscoe 43, Jay Briscoe 36, Evan Kagaras in performance, 52D plus. Buff Bagwell's in the back and he goes, "You think you're going to beat me down, do you? To beat me. You think you're going to beat me, do you? Last week it was DDP who got the win for you. You see, when you look across the ring at Clash of Champions, it's going to be me kicking your ass all over the ring, and I'm going to beat you. This is the best WCW has been in 2 years, and it's going to be awesome when I win." 70C plus. That's what I like to do. So James and Abyss are on top of the Titantron. We've got a Titantron now. I've mentioned this. I would try it. Think of WWF round about, think of Monday Night Raw, Spike Monday Night Raw set. That's kind of what WCW sets looks like now. So James Mitchell and Abyss are on top of the Titantron. Look at this place and all this mindless, all these mindless slews left in the dust. Every week WCW puts a man in front of my Abyss and he knocks them down. This week it was Raven. Raven's turn in a match which was full of violence. You see, WCW has changed its face with a new logo and Titantron, and next week in the UK we're going to be watching and taking down whoever is put in front of my monster Abyss. 40D minus, I'm happy with that. Awesome. And above our fantastic and great wrestling, Mick Foley defeated Ric Flair in 7:48 by pinfall the pile driver. Ric Flair 61, Mick Foley 90, no opener in 75B minus. In a superb match, William Regal defeated Diamond Dallas Page in 8:23 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Diamond Page 65, William Regal 78. So he's still got this human strength. Whatever Diamond Dallas Page tries to do to Regal, he just can't do it. He just gets pushed to a side. Regal just continues with this sheer strength as what he had at the beginning of the night, and it just continues from here. And then all of a sudden, so that continues happening. Handful of tights win. And then afterwards, he basically leads the ring under his own strength, but it's amazing. So Hulk Hogan's backstage and goes, "Well done, Chris. Look, I've got word Skull has had some issues and won't be with us till after Bash, but our leader will be back and ready for the Bash. We just need to go out there and prove that the NWO is stronger than ever. Chris, you do that tonight as well." So yeah, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash provides well, Kurt Angle did, Christian did. Hogan always seems to struggle, but he didn't seem to struggle this time. 76B minus, even though they're backstage, not in front of the crowd. An 80B plus for this match, holy shit. In a battle of superb wrestling and great heat, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, Edge and Christian defeat RVD, Tommy Dreamer, Scott Steiner, Sting and Shawn Michaels. At 11:47 when Kevin Nash defeated Tommy Dreamer by pinfall by using the ropes for leverage. Shawn Michaels 90, Sting 84, Scott Steiner 80, Tommy Dreamer 53, RVD 68, Christian 71, Edge 76, Kurt Angle 91, Nash 72, Hogan 83. Scott Steiner in Rumble in performance, Christian in Techno and Angle in performance. I'm not sure why this has not come up as the NWO, unless one of these people is not actually a member of the NWO on the game. You go and check. 80B, not bad. Our main event of the night is Benoit taking on Chris Jericho. In an exceptional match, Chris Jericho defeated Benoit in 2044 by pinfall using the ropes for leverage. Chris Jericho 80, Benoit 83. That gets a 78B. That's where we end tonight's show. With 77B. Beautiful. We're going to continue and see what WWF did to compete with us. Next week, the show is probably going to be a lot shitter than this. I'm going to promise you that now. Because we're not going to be on the shores of United States of America. We're travelling to the United Kingdom. We're going to see what happens over there. But yeah, not responding. Great. How long is this going to take? But I think we did a good show. I'm really happy with the William Regal stuff. I think that's going to help me build him up as a character. Every other wrestler I've got a character for, or I've got something for them. So WWF is struggling on the power now and then the late night time slot, which is awesome. Nitro got a 77B, a sellout crowd, 3.17 on the ratings. I know for a fact WWF Raw is going to have 18.38. 13 million people watched it. Billy Gunn defeated Bubba Ray Dudley in the main event. They got 73B minus for their show. Supply and Demand defeated Public Enemy. Triple H defeated Chemo. Brothers of Destruction defeated the APA. I think that should have been the main event, to be honest. That was the best match of the night. Test defeated Bam and Bigelow. Undertaker and Billy Gunn have confrontation. Tex and Bam and Bigelow do. Big Show and Devon Dudley. Pre-match interview with the Undertaker and the Undertaker. Backstage with Kane and Rikishi. Pre-match with Godfather with Val Venus. And Billy Gunn and Bubba Ray Dudley. So, yeah, not a bad night for us. I'll see you guys next week from the UK. I'll go home edition of Nitro. Thank you for watching. We'll see you for that in a couple of minutes. Hello and welcome back. And as promised, we are in England tonight. We're at a different venue. You know we're using Epic Studios in Norwich. That isn't open yet, I don't believe, in this universe. So tonight we're in front of 1,000 people at the Atlantis Arena. I'm doing quite well today, actually, even though I went back to sleep right now. These shows, the good thing about this series, and this is episode 3 done, as you can see, episode 2 is there. That's just the date goes out. So we're going to start on Monday. It seems the more logical sense. We're sold out tonight at the Atlantis Arena. Only 2,000 less than what we've been getting in America, so I'm not going to be unhappy with that. Sold out in Great Yarmouth in Norfolk. By the way, there's some interesting stuff going on tonight's show. Some weird mastical yellow pills as well. You'll find out about that in a bit. But yeah. Pre-show battle had Subpar Wrestling on assistant crowd heat. Daniel Bryan, Eric Young, Incognito, and Matt Sydal and Jamie Noble defeat Finn Balor, Frankie Zone, Kenny Omega, Paul London, TJ Perkins. In a 7-11 when Jamie Noble defeat Kenny Omega by pin with a diving leg drop. Jamie Noble 51, Matt Sydal 50, Incognito 40, Eric Young 50, Bryan 51, Perkins 29, Paul London 42, Kenny Omega 35, Frankie Zone 45, and Finn Balor 51. Here Young and Rumble, Incognito and Fonts. Hopefully I'll be able to get Impact Wrestling Weekly done today as well, which would be good. If I can get one of them done. I'm trying to build Impact up enough so we can get a decent TV deal. In the future, I had decent wrestling, Little Heat, Samoa Joe, Fit Finley, Cryon, and Lance Storm defeated Dustin Rhodes, Kazuhashi, Drewson Liger, and CM Punk in 7:54. And Samoa Joe defeated Kazuhashi by submission of the Dragon Suplex. For the Dragon Steepler. CM Punk 42, Drewson Thunder Liger 68. Kazuhashi 53, Dustin Rhodes 59, Lance Storm 69, Cryon 64, Fit Finley 58, and Samoa Joe 43. Kazuhashi in Technol 63. I'm not sure how well this show is going to do compared to WWF tonight, because we're in England and stuff, but we'll see. In the future, I had decent wrestling on assistant crowd heat. Cash defeats Shane Helms in 7:34 by the dead level. Shane Helms 52, Cash 48, no work 54 C-. In a future, I had decent wrestling, Little Heat, Filthy Animals defeat Ginger and Staxi and Team Hardcore in 7:44. Elimination was Team Hardcore first because of outside interference by Edge and Christian, and then Ginger and Staxi. Rey Mysterio Jr. 69, Billy Kidman 60, Sean Stasiak 40, Mark Jindrak 39, Tommy Dreamer 51, Rob Van Dam 65. Yes, so let's get to Clash of Champions. You may or may not remember the global tag team titles, because we haven't really mentioned them that much on this, but the Filthy Animals, Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio have earned themselves a chance to face Jindrak and Skatsky for those titles, and I will give Jindrak and Skatsky WCW global titles some credit where credit is due in this episode. As you can see, there were All Japan Pro Wrestling on for and retained them there. They've been to DDT as well. They've done it mainly on WCW, but they've had 2 title defenses in Japan. So I'm really proud of the fact that occasionally they work. As I'll mention later on tonight, another one of our wrestlers has also had success out there. Robin Dan and Toby Drew showed excellent chemistry together, which I'm glad about because I love Team Hardcore. I might change it to Team Extreme because I think that sounds better. And the future battle had Subpar Wrestling, a Little Heat, the Mamalukes defeat 3 count in 4:32, and Big Vito defeat Shannon Moore by pin for the Butterfly DDT. Johnny the Bull 29, Big Vito 28, Shannon Moore 51, even Kagaris 48. No recruitment. I knew these guys wouldn't do that well, but I'm really big on the Mamalukes. So they might become a permanent part of the show. In the future, I had Subpar Wrestling, Little Heat, Johnny Swinger, Mike Sanders, and Roderick Strong. I know that Roderick Strong is not a part of the main big guy roster, but because we've got the heel missing because of an injury on the cruiserweights and me releasing said wrestler known as Lex Luger, I had to make a decision. Defeat Chuck Palumbo, Hugh Morris, and Raven in 7:59. Johnny Swinger defeat Chuck Palumbo by the pinfall the swing thing. Raven 67, Hugh Morris 56, Chuck Palumbo 42, Roger Strong 33, Mike Sanders 37, and Johnny Swinger 34. Chuck Palumbo in Rumble. That should be the end of the pre-show. Yes, we open up with 77B. Edge of the Masterful Jobs. Christian struggled a bit tonight. That's fine. I'm not bothered, you know. But 1,000 people. The NWO opened the night. And we've got, of course, we've got Hulk Hogan, we've got Jericho, we've got Nash, we've got Edge and Christian, and of course we've got Angle. And he's like, last week on Nitro, we proved a point and beat up Sting. You see all the UK fans' videos. You think we've come here for you. The NWO is here because WCW is. And it's here where we continue this path of terror. You see, Sting, we have a leader coming at Great Mecca Bash. This Sunday night live on pay-per-view, I'm going to kick Scott Steiner's ass. And this past week in Mexico in CML, Kevin retained his WCW Global title. And he's going to face you, Sting, and he will retain this once again. Sting, this is a war you can't win, brother. I haven't really done the brother stuff, but yeah, we're going to get some matches booked. Let me just open the door. The wardrobe, many use for this. I haven't had it open today, and I think my certain tabby cat, who's on top of the actual wardrobe, is trying to get in. So yeah, we haven't really booked much up for this show in the way of the Hogan Sting storylines, but we're gonna have Hulk Hogan versus Scott Steiner. I don't know if that match ever happened. Hey Siri, has Sting ever faced Hulk? Oh, let's not use Siri because I'll probably get in trouble. Well, hey Siri, has Scott Steiner ever faced Hulk Hogan? Siri doesn't understand. Okay, Siri, thank you for that. You know you're useless. I'm just going to have a quick look, because I swear they had a match before he left, because of his falling out with Vince Russo, which is why I've done this. Hulk Hogan versus Scott Steiner. Big Papa Pump versus his redneck buddy. Scott Steiner versus Hulk Hogan, yes. Goldberg and Hulk Hogan, and then Sting versus Kevin Nash. So yeah, there has been some form of a match, I think, probably tag team action, not a one-on-one match in the history of wrestling. But yes, Sting versus Kevin Nash. I will just quickly show you if it will let me. Can I just click on? Because I know you can open as many windows as you want in this game. So this is Kevin Nash. He has used his manipulative skills to get to the top. Yes, probably has. I'm not really bothered about that because he's doing as well. As you can see here, first defense. He's only had 2 defenses. And that was at CML Junko Final 2001. So yeah, he got an 81. He was in the main event against Atlantis, and it was a good show, actually. I did have a look at the show, because I always do when my titles are involved. Also, is it booked? No, it isn't booked. You all know if it's going to happen, so I might as well bloody book it. Because obviously, it should have been booked earlier on, but I forgot about booking it. It was meant to be booked a while ago. But yeah, Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle is going to be the main event. 77B, not a bad way to open up. I didn't think that would do that well. In about that's a pro wrestling a little heat. Abyss defeats Zack Zodiac in 2 minutes 31 by fields of choke slam. Zack Zodiac 33, Abyss 43. Jay's mentioned a good work at ringside. So Zack Zodiac is 11 years old. If you know who Zack Zodiac is, congratulations to you. If you don't, have a look at Google Zack Zodiac and Zebra Kid, because they're both brothers, known as UK Hooligans. Pages. Brothers. He's only 11 years old though, which is ridiculous. In a decent match, Jeff Jarrett defeated Conan in 7:20 by pinfall. Jeff Jarrett 60, Conan 54. No, we're going 61C. Not a bad match really. William Regal's backstage, and this is the pill bit. So he's been introduced by Scott Hudson. It's like Monday Night Raw has come to Great Yarmouth, UK, and this Sunday it's my time to get on the top by winning the Intercontinental title. This is a war, and I'm going to help WWF win this war. His face drops and he starts acting confused. He's like, hold on, what's going on here? I don't do interviews. And he just leaves. On the floor, Scott bends over and he picks up a yellow pill off the floor, but it turns to smoke and vanishes. What the hell is going on here? Yellow pills turn into smoke and vanishing. William Regal suddenly starting to act like a normal self and forgetting where he is and what's going on. Yeah. Stuff's getting weird in the path of William Regal. So yeah, we are hyping up the United States heavyweight storyline at the same time as having this side storyline about what's going on with, and that's what I like. Everything in this company right now, this is not. This is why I love Impact. This is why I love Impact Wrestling. This is why I love AEW. This is why I'm watching all these different companies. Even the new NWA in itself is unique with the studio wrestling, but AEW and Impact Wrestling have its own unique universe, and everything happens within that universe. And it's not like it's connected to anywhere outside forces, but it is in a way. But it isn't. It's like its own universe where things happen within it. And that's how I want to be able to explain all of this. So that's how I'm explaining William Regal. This is like in the WCW universe, but it's involving, but it's also involving the Sting storyline because Sting's having to find Regal and stuff. Because I want it to feel like, everything that you see on Nitro will affect Sting because he's the owner. Will affect the NWO because they're the two big storylines. Because you've got Michaels and Kurt Angle fighting and stuff. So you've got to make it so that everything revolves into that storyline as well as have its own unique storylines. And with the United States Heavyweight storyline, you've got two storylines. What's going on with William at the same time as William's trying to get the United States Heavyweight title, or to him, the Intercontinental title. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm trying to explain it. In a decent match, William Regal defeated Shane O'Haire in 640 by pinfall. Shane O'Haire 48, William Regal 73. 69C+, not bad. Chris Benoit is backstage. Whatever shit was said last week is not true. Sting gave you everything. I want to kick your ass again. As being as you cheated to win, this Sunday is a rematch. No DQ. I'm going to make you suffer, you little bitch. Yikey. I forgot I even put little bitch. Jeez. I get very vicious sometimes. I have an idea and then I go all vicious on it. We don't want an MMA match, even though it would be quite nice to be able to do an MMA match. I might call it for some reason to do an MMA match at some point. We're going to do a hardcore-based match, but we're going to do what I call a regular hardcore-based match. Kind of what they do in modern WWF. It's kind of, okay, it's a hardcore match, but it's a bit safer. It's a bit more on the calm. Okay, I don't like to use it for that. I use it because if you don't do that, everybody complains, oh, I can't do hardcore, meh, 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 meh. So, I basically do this on purpose. Sorry guys, I've never done this. I don't know why, because I normally do this within the first few minutes, even though I never use it. I like to have everything in default so I can quickly scroll down if I'm for the 1-1-1, so I ain't got to do that. As you can see, there's a lot of 1v1 matches and stuff. Where's the falls count anywhere? Section or hardcore, there it is, hardcore reg. So yeah, we're gonna have Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho again in this one. I'm really looking forward to this one because there's gonna be weapons and stuff involved. I know we're kind of going for a bit of a over the top show, but Sting's still trying to get used to it. Adrian's backstage. Look, last week, Chavo, you tried to get rid of the ladders and the other 5 men, but you did not succeed. So it's happening. So it is happening. So tonight, let's bring our best into our tag match. This will not end until one of us cannot compete. I'm just trying to work out. I think she's playing with a coat hanger what's on the actual door. In about that decent wrestling below heat, Doug Williams and Trevor Guerrero Jr. defeat AJ Styles and Zebra Kid in 7:49 when Doug Williams defeat AJ Styles by pins like Chaos Theory. Trevor Guerrero 61, Doug Williams 39, Zebra Kid 35, AJ Styles 58. Trevor in front. I'm just going to change this a minute because he wasn't meant to pin AJ. Nope. I'm just going to put Kid because I actually said it to him. I forgot I hadn't said it, but it was meant to pin Zebra Kid. Yeah, but you've got 2 UK wrestlers. I thought this was a brilliant idea because he's British, these two are American, and it plays into their storyline with the ladder match. And I think at least one of them's in the ladder. Who did I put in the ladder match? Does anyone remember? Because I don't. So you got Austin Aries, Daniel Bryan, Chris Angles, Brian Kendrick, Trevor Guerrero, and AJ Styles. No, they're not in the ladder match, but we'll use the biggest names on the roster. In about a decent wrestling with a match, Edge and Christian defeat the Briscoes in 7:21. Edge defeat Jay Briscoe by pinfall and missile dropkick. Edge and Christian make defense number 3 of their WCW World Tag Titles. Mark Briscoe 42, Jay Briscoe 41, Christian 83, Edge 87, Jay Briscoe in front 73B minus. Tommy Dreamer and Ravi D come out. Edge and Christian meant to be some swearing to go. So that's what you do, is it? You cheat to win. This Sunday night side of Steel Cage is going to be us walking away with the tag team gold. Tommy goes, look around the room. Look at these fans booing you. You see, this is the UK on Sunday. We're going to use the cage and win the gold. Nice promo from these two. In the battle, Subpar Wrestling, non-existent crowd heat, Amazing Red, Brian Kendrick, Chris Sabin, and Chris Hero defeat Austin Aries, Daniels, Drago, Elliot Skipper, and 437. And Amazing Red defeated Daniels by pinfall of flying head scissors. Chris Hero 39, Sabin 42, Kendrick 45, Red 40, Elliot Skipper 41, Drago 40, Daniels 48, Austin Aries 40. Daniels, Austin, and Elliot Skipper all improving performance. 46D, not bad. So Sting's backstage with Sean and Scott. Right, look, Hogan's right. Vince has messed up our plans by a no compete clause that runs after the clash. But the Skull is coming. I have word that Hogan's been on the phone to Paul after he got sacked this past week by the WWF. Yes, he did get sacked. If he comes back and joins the NWO, we're screwed. Let's go out there Sunday and win our matches. So, Paul Wright, aka Big Show, aka The Giant, has been fired by the WWF. Or his contract came to an end. I don't know which happened, but I was going through big name wrestlers, and I was going through them, and Paul Wright would come up, so I'm going to try and get him on board. I'm not sure which way I'm going with him yet. I don't know if he's going to join Hogan or if he's going to join Sting, but he's going to join one side or the other because he's going to be a main event player, obviously. In a good match, Mick Foley, Diamond Dallas Page, and Eddie Guerrero defeated Ric Flair, Buff Bagwell, and Rick Steiner. In 8:18, when Diamond Dallas Page defeated Buff Bagwell by pinfall of the Diamond Cutter. Eddie 76, DDP 62, Mick 88, Rick 55, Buff Bagwell 62, Ric Flair 65. Buff in Rumble and Performance 73B minus. Can't complain with that. In an exceptional match, Scott Steiner and Sting defeated Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash in 7:44, and Sting defeated Kevin Nash by pinfall. Sting 81, Scott Steiner 81, Nash 71, Hogan 85, Kevin Nash in Technical, Scott Steiner in Rumble 73B minus. And then Abyss and James Mitchell are at Pleasure Beach, inside the Ghost Train at Pleasure Beach in Yarmouth. You can Google that if you want to have a look at that one. That is there. It does exist. We stand here inside the Ghost Train, so Abyss is calm. Earlier tonight we beat up Zack Zodiac, and he's gone running. You see, anybody asks for a match, we'll destroy them, and this battle is not going to end pretty. You see, my monster is a true force of nature here in WCW, and this Sunday he will prove it. 22 minus, 23 minus. I didn't think he'll do that well. But my creepy laugh did. In a decent match, Booker T defeats Shane Douglas in 8:27 by pinfall the muscle dropkick. Douglas 40, T 59. These two don't click at all, and it's shown in performance 50-60 minus. Your main event of the night is Benoit, HBK, Angle, and Jericho in a tag team main event match. Whoa-wee! In an exceptional match, Chris Jericho and Kurt Angle defeat Benoit and Shawn Michaels in 25:08 when Kurt Angle defeats Shawn Michaels by submission with an ankle after blatantly cheating. Shawn Michaels 90, Benoit 81, Kurt Angle 91, and Chris Jericho 86. Kurt Angle in performance. So that got our main event of Nitro this week got a 91A. I was expecting at least an 85, not that high. I'm happy with that. A 91A, that's a brilliant main event match. That's where the show ends, with an 83B+. That's how you do a show out of England. That is how you pull it off, an 83B. Should we go and have a look what WWF have got in store for their Nitro? There's an Austrian professional wrestler known by the ring name Victor Kruger. He had already appeared in WCW and Battle Hearts by the end of 1997. Okay, that was a very short thing. So yeah, we've got this brilliant ongoing thing, and this is what I was trying to say with Real and Regal is, I want this to be its own universe. So yeah, it's going up against WWF, and we're using WWF within the universe. But at the same time, there's unique things going on, and every single storyline, whether it's the United States storyline, the tag titles, anything like that, all intertwines into all the other stories, and it all works. Yeah, this is the night. I need to change the logo, to be honest. A3 Blood Plus, sellout 3.22 on TV. WWF Raw is Raw, 67C+. Billy Gunn defeating Dean Malenko. Trish Stratus defeating China. Dudley Boys went to no contest with the AAP. Road Warrior went to no contest with Al Snow. And then Rikishi, Triple H, and Rhino defeated Haas and Eatmock. So they've obviously called up these two guys. How many Hasses is there? What the fuck? Charlie Haas. Yep, that's Charlie Haas. Who are you then? Russ Haas. Okay. I haven't got a bloody clue who them two are. I know who Rhino is. And I am going to be shortlisting Rhino. I think he's already shortlisted. Nope, he isn't. But yeah, I'm shortlisting Rhino. I'm also going to shortlist Triple H. But yeah, so I'm going to skip forward again. So everything I want, Shawn Michaels loan to DDT. Okay, with a good, that's fine. I want to check something. We'll just say, yeah, we'll just say. So WAW, who is based out of Norwich, are in the group, which is where, they're part of WCW Global. So they can use some of our wrestlers if they want to. That's not an issue. I might give them. But yeah, we're going to skip forward and see what how WWF do. It seems like SmackDown seems to be the premier show at the moment, to be honest, because SmackDown always seems to get the better ratings and stuff. Howard Finkel was hired in 1975 by Vince McMahon Sr.'s World Wrestling Federation. I think was one of the first people brought in to the Junior McMahon's Renaissance World Wrestling Federation, and is widely credited as the promotion's first and long-lasting employee. Because to raise Finkel's distinct voice was one of the trademarks of WWF programming, his signature cause was his announcement of a new champion on a change in titles, in which he would place increased emphasis on while stretching out the word new in order to draw the greatest reaction from the capacity crowd. Yeah, or if you're WWF, you round it up to the nearest fucking 1,000. Which is something I absolutely loving the TV shows done by Nitro. And everything that AEW is doing is good, and every week they're changing it. So even in Pro Junction last night did better than SmackDown. So there's better companies out of Japan did better than SmackDown. Triple H defeated Cheetah Kid, then he had a confrontation with Jeff Hardy. Albert went to defeated Dean Malenko by DQ. Bubba W defeated the Stalker. Who the flip is the Stalker? Barry Windham. Okay, I've heard everything now. Pretty much interview with Ivory. Ivory defeated Monaco, and then Farouk defeated Rikishi. The WWF is crap. Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, and Mark Jr. So they're using quite a few of their my titles last night for DDT. Shall we have a look at DDT then? Jindrak and the Stacks defeated the Dark Knights, retain the global titles, which is Kenshi and Exciting Yoshida. I do like DDT, by the way. I absolutely adore DDT. HBK and Homer, Tamaki Homer, Shotun and Kiti Tara, who I really, really adore. But I don't think if I offered him a development deal, he would come. Yeah, he's not. He's a freelancer. I would have signed him otherwise. So the HBK got a win. Kevin Nash defeated Kantia Kamara to retain the global title. Kentia Kamara, for the global title, and then National defeated Magnum, Tokyo, Stalker, and Kanshima. So that's quite good. Knowing Kevin Nash has been all over the place recently. So I'll see you guys on Sunday. This has been a 21-minute video. Jeez, that's what you get when I faff about. So I'll see you guys on Sunday for WCW's Clash of Champions. We'll see you Sunday. Hello and welcome to Clash of Champions 2001. It's been held by World Championship Wrestling, of course, in front of 6,680 people at the MD Wecom Civic Centre. In a pre-show October Wrestling non-existent crowd, the Mama Lukes defeated the Ballard Brothers in 5:45, 5 minutes 54, when Big Vito defeats Shane Ballard by from the Butterfly DDT. Shane Ballard 28, Shannon Ballard 28, Shane Ballard 30, Johnny the Ball 36, Big Vito 33, no appearance 35V+. This is just like the, come and buy the pay-per-view. This is the sort of shit you'll get. Not. In the pre-show Super Wrestling Little Heat, the Zebra Kid, Shane Helms, Matt Sydal, Jamie Noble, and Chris Hero defeat Cash, Kazarian, Amiga, London and Roger Strong in 14:53, when Matt Sydal defeat Kenny Omega by pinfall. Hero 42, Jamie Noble 53, Matt Sydal 54, Helms 59, Zebra Kid 32, Strong 35, Paul London 46, Amiga 35, Frankie Kazarian 44, Cash 50, Helms in Rumble 52D+, not bad. Tonight, the show is full of stars and wrestling. After the successful trip to the UK this past week, tonight Sting will face Kevin Nash for the global title. Hogan will face Scott Steiner. William has been acting weird, and will this affect his way of winning his matches tonight? Or will he walk out and who will walk out the cage with the tag team gold? Now Snickers and WCW presents WCW Clash of Champions. So fighters go off on the special stage set. They then shoot down to the bottom of the arena where the cage is already set up, and they go off in the corner post of the steel cage. Then they were showing the fans showing their signs and cheering as Mike, Tenay, Bobby, and Jerry Lawler have a few words to say. Welcome to Clash of Champions. Tonight the card is stacked, and Bobby goes, "Look, I think William Regal needs to be checked, Mike, and sent to a mental hospital. And Jerry goes, look, both of you, have you noticed the cages around the ring? And the title's on the line? I can't wait. So Jerry being his crazy, excitable self, he's like, yeah, hold on a minute, guys. Let's worry about him when we get to him tonight. But right now, the steel cage is up. Let's get on with that. So 9B, we're opening up the show with a steel cage match. In above it, superb wrestling and decent match required. Edge and Christian defeat Team Hardcore in a cage match in 14 minutes 31. And Christian defeat Tommy Dreamer by pinfall. Edge and Christian make defense number 4 at their World Tag Team titles. Tommy Dreamer 54, RVD 76, Christian 89, Edge 95, RVD in performance and Edge in flying 82B. In a decent wrestling below heat, Samoa Joe defeating Juice von der Ligenator 3 by pinfall the Avalanche Island Driver. Liger 67, Samoa Joe 44, no worker in 64C. In a superb match, Booker T drew of Buff Bagwell in 15-20 following a double countout. Booker T 81, Buff Bagwell 70, no worker in 79B. These are good matches so far. In about a decent wrestling, but a little heat, Incognito, Eric Young, Chris Sabin, Amazing Red defeat Doug Williams, Drago, Elite Skip, and Finn Balor in 7:49, where Incognito defeated Finn Balor by pinfall. Amazing Red 47, Chris Sabin 48, Eric Young 52, Incognito 44, Finn Balor 52, Elite Skipper 53, Drago 42, and Doug Williams 34. Drago improving in flying and Finn Balor in performance 52D+. A twisted disco knee. That's an interesting injury. In above it, subpar wrestling and non-existent crowdy, CM Punk defeated Johnny Swinger in 8:53 by pinfall. Johnny Swinger 32, Punk 47. No worker is 44D. CM Punk. In above it, decent wrestling, but a little heat, AJ Styles defeated Daniel Bryan, Daniels, Brian Kendrick, Trevor Guerrero Jr. and Austin Aries in a ladder match in 15 minutes 16 when AJ Styles retrieved the item. He makes defense number 4 of his cruiserweight title. Austin Aries the weak link, that's fine. Austin Aries 44, Daniel Bryan 54, Christopher Daniels 60, Brian Kendrick 54, Trevor Guerrero 62, AJ Styles 61. Trevor in performance at 62C. Nice little match. In a decent match, Chuck Plumbo defeated Rick Steiner in 7:44 by pinfall. Rick Steiner 55, Chuck Plumbo 45, no occurrence 55C-. In above a fantasy and great wrestling, Mick Foley defeated Jeff Jarrett in 9 minutes 43 by the pile driver. Jeff 60, Mick 88, 80B, not bad. In above a decent wrestling, but little heat, 3 count defeat the Briscoes in 4:45 when Evan Cargris defeated Mark Briscoe by the countdown. Mark Briscoe 45, Jay 40, Shannon Moore 52, Evan Cargris 51, no occurrence 53C-. In above a good wrestling and a decent match of crowd, Shane O'Hare, Raven, and Hugh Morris defeat Cryon, Shane Douglas, Fit Finley, and Finley 1 when Hugh Morris defeated Fit Finley by pin of the powerbomb. Hugh Morris 62, Raven 75, Shane O'Hare 61, Fit Finley 62, Shane Douglas 61, Cryon 70, Shane O'Hare in form 70C+. In above a decent wrestling member sheet, Kazuhashi defeated Mike Sanders in 10:28 by pin of the senton backsplash. Kazuhashi 59, Mike Sanders 49, no work performance, 59C. In a decent match, Dustin Rhodes defeated Lance Storm in 7:38 by pin of the Bulldog. Lance Storm 66, Dustin 60, no work performance, 76C+. In a decent match, Filthy Animals defeat Jindrak and Stretzy in 15:28. When Mean Mysterio defeat Mark Jindrak by pin on the Springboard Hurricane. Filthy Animals win the WCW Global Tag Team titles, and that means they'll probably end up in Japan and places like that. Rey Mysterio Jr. 76, Billy Kidman 69, Sean Stasiak 48, Mark Jindrak 48, Billy Kidman improved flying 68C+. In above a decent wrestling, Madame Cheat Abyss defeat Conan in 10:02 by pinfall. Conan 61, Abyss 46, no work for 60C. In above a superb wrestling and good heat, Eddie Guerrero defeated William Regal in 14:33 by pinfall the Frog Splash. Eddie Guerrero makes defense number 3 of his WCW United States title. So in this match, William Regal is just his normal William Regal self. There's no weird shit going on. He's just his normal self on losing match. Regal 81, Eddie 81, Eddie Guerrero in Technical 77B. In above a fantasy, indeed good wrestling, Diamond Dallas Page defeated Ric Flair in 11:16 by pin for the Diamond Core. Diamond Dallas Page 65, Ric Flair 74, no work for 74B-. In an exceptional match, Hulk Hogan defeated Scott Steiner in 1504 by pinfall, illegally using the ropes leverage. Scott Steiner 83, Hulk Hogan an 82. Scott Steiner and Rumble 80B. In a Battle Fantastic and Great Wrestling, Kevin Nash defeats Sting in 1514 by pinfall jackknife powerbomb. He makes defense number 3 of his WCW Global title. Sting 84, Kevin Nash 69. No reference because he of course goes to defend it in Japan and Mexico and England if need be. After the match, Sting is celebrating his victory when the Giant runs in and runs in attack, beating down Sting into the mat, revealing an NWO t-shirt. The Giant has arrived in WCW. Of course, when I mentioned Paul, I meant Paul Wright. AKA The Big Show, AKA The Giant in WCW. He is back. In an exceptional match, Chris Benoit defeated Chris Jericho in 24-50 by pinfall with a Dragon Suplex. Benoit 86, Chris Jericho 88, and 91A. Holy shit. I'm glad these two are going to be feuding over the next few months. And then we're going to go on to our main event of the night with a 78B, Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. That doesn't even do as well as Benoit and Jericho. In an exceptional match, Shawn Michaels defeated Kurt Angle in 27-27 by pinfall to Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels makes defense number 3 of his WCW World Heavyweight title. Kurt Angle 91, Michaels 88. That's where we end tonight's show with an 88B plus main event. Guess there's an 88B plus overall. I'm going to make some speeches. And that is quite simply going to be very easy for me. That's going to go to Benoit. That's going to go to Chris, Jericho. And then I'm also going to go to Kurt because Kurt did better in the ring than Shawn Michaels, which I'm going to deal with because I don't believe Shawn is really doing what he should be doing, to be honest. So the reason I'm going to be sticking around, I want to see how WWF King of the Ring, which was on the same night as this show, competes with our pay-per-view. I'm intrigued. I know they'll probably get more buy rates, but I want to see if their show's better than ours and whatever else. House of Hardcore Professional Wrestling School by Mikey Whipwreck and his cousin Taz. I didn't know Mikey Whipwreck and Taz were cousins. Oh well, this is why I love this game universe, because I learn something new every day. I learned when Hitler got in power in the 1930s, and with this one I work out with Taz and Mikey Whipwreck are cousins. I've really enjoyed this today. I've really enjoyed doing these past all of these episodes, and really enjoyed the pay-per-view last night. Some of the matches were just throwaway matches, if that's what you want to call them. Matches just put on because we need to do them. So rest of the year so far is Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I also wanted to come over. Japanese promotion, New Japan have had a great show. Team of the year is Masahiro Naraga. Match of the year goes to that 2000 AFCON Noah TV belt. Show of the year, Noah. Young Wrestler of the year is Jeff Hardy. Veteran of the year is Rikai Kushi. Female Wrestler of the year is Akuro 2. Devon Dudley wins titles. So Clash of the Champions is at the top of the card with 6,608 people. Right, let's have a look. Jeff Hardy is the King of the Ring this year. That's interesting. So Supply and Demand defeat Public Enemy for the World Tag Team titles at 69C+. This show, they did it in Canada. It was shockingly shit. If you just look at this, at 69C+. Supply and Demand defeated Public Enemy. Rhino defeated Chemo to retain the hardcore. Rikishi defeated Al Snow. Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Mighty Genetic. Jeff Hardy defeated Steve Blackburn. Justin Cable defeated D'Lo Brown. Rikishi defeated Bam Bam Bigelow. Hardy then went on to defeat Justin Cable. Matt Hardy defeated Bubba Ray. Jeff Hardy defeated Rikishi for the King of the Ring. And then Devon Dudley defeated Billy Gunn for the... There is a lot to explain. I'm not going to be horrible, guys. There is a lot to explain certain things. What's going on. We made another loss last month. I'm not really too bothered about losses in money because we've got this amount of money and that is a very small loss. But if you look at where we were, if we go on to track progress, see where we were, where we are now. This is what I want. This is brilliant. This is great for us. We're doing big stuff with very little. We got a smaller crowd. We had a smaller crowd, but we got an 88B plus for our shows. And I know for a fact when the two big names come in, that it's going to cause an uproar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is WCW. This is WCW Lives. This is Sting. That was Clash of the Champions. We've outdone WWF on TV and at the pay-per-view. And Chris Jericho and frickin' Benoit blew me away. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Oh, God, what have I done here? Ooh, there we go. I normally position it so you can't see that like that. There you go. Thank you for watching.